and we welcome both brownfield and greenfield projects, and we are investing in the projects in capital equity with minority shareholder up to 30%, and with certain period of investment participation. It usually lasts between 5 and 7 years, and with the maximum capital investment amount of 25 million, which is subject to increase depending on the project strategic value to the economy. There are some advantages of investing with us, which we bring the unique financial solutions. We have very best business practices that allows us to give our partners, and we have very excellent coordination with state agencies that accelerates the investment process. And of course, we are committed to the success of the project, and which means that we share all the associated risks with our partners. Here are the potential sectors that we are interested to cooperate with partners. These are the green energy, food processing, logistics, pharmaceuticals, textile, heavy industry, construction materials, machineries, and of course, establishing cooperation with us is very simple, starting from identifying projects, goes all the following steps and ends with the signing of the shareholder agreement, establishing JV, followed by the growing business. These are some examples of our portfolio companies with various industries, touching on various industries, pharmaceuticals, logistics, food processing, heavy industry, and others. By doing so, and we are also growing our pipeline, and again, you see that they are also very diversified, and currently we have 4 green projects that we give the high priorities nowadays in our investments. And now I will give you some brief information about what is the business environment in Azerbaijan, why to invest to Azerbaijan. Of course, the first number, the important thing is our strategic location. As you see from the map, that Azerbaijan lays on between the east and west, north and east, and we have more than 15 free trade agreements with CIS countries and a preferential agreement with Turkey, which gives the manufacturers, business society to export their products without custom duties that gives them the price versus the competitiveness. And this strategic location is not the all, and to support this chance, our government put a lot of effort to strengthen its infrastructure, transport infrastructure. We have more than 20,000 kilometers of roads and highways, 8 new international airports, including in the liberated areas of Azerbaijan. Baku-Tbilisi-Kars Railroad, we call it Iron Silkway, Baku International Sea Trade Port. All these enables the businesses to save time and money in transporting their goods from one part of the world to the other part. And this is the snapshot of the corridor that you can see, that the corridors, transport corridors that goes through Azerbaijan. And also government give the certain incentive packages to investors. We have industrial parks, we have economic zones where the government gives the tax benefits, custom benefits, holidays, and already plug-and-play system infrastructure. And also the investing in Azerbaijan, the investors can get benefit of and they don't have any the profit, no limits on profit repatriation, minimum limitation of ownership structure, no restriction on capital movement, and others. And these industrial parks and economic zones are only apply for dedicated zones. Besides this, we have also investment promotion documents that apply to the whole country where the similar incentives packages apply. And besides the infrastructure, government also provides some state financing mechanisms. For example, in agriculture sector, there is an agricultural subsidy on equipment. The government provides soft loans, credit guarantees, and many other financial support mechanisms. And in the last, my presentation, I would like to give a bit the brief information on our recent glorious and victorious history that we liberated our country from occupation of certain years, where the government has put a lot of efforts to revive those areas and ask and invite the investors to participate in this honorable journey. And in doing so, the government give the very broad incentive packages starting from the tax, customs, social insurance incentives, concessional utility services, additional financial support, access to the financial resources, and other the incentive packages. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Murad.
Thank you very much. We stay with Azerbaijan. We would like to welcome Mr. Mustafa.
Department, the State Oil.
And dear colleagues for coming here today. And I want to also thank my colleague for a very nice presentation about Azerbaijan, overview of Azerbaijan investment environment. My presentation is kind of a continuation of my colleague's presentation, but it's more tailored. It's about SOCAR's decarbonization projects and future prospects. Some of you probably have heard that SOCAR at COP28 announced its new vision. We're aiming to transform from being an oil gas company into a national energy company. And by 2035, we're expecting to diversify our portfolio from mostly hydrocarbon businesses into low carbon businesses. And what's most importantly, we are expecting to be, in terms of our emission profile, to be on par with global energy leaders. And by 2050, we're aiming to become net zero company. In here, you can see our journey to achieving our objective of becoming net zero company by 2050. But additionally, you can see our midterm objectives. By 2030, we're expecting to achieve zero routine flaring and reduce our corporate intensity in upstream by 30%. By 2035, we're expecting to reduce our absolute emissions by 20% and achieve zero methane emissions. And as I said, by 2050, we're expecting to become net zero company. How we're going to achieve this objective? Of course, there's three main directions that we're planning to take. Number one is to decarbonize our core. We have launched a large-scale decarbonization program within SOCAR Group. We have undergone through organizational structural changes. And thirdly, SOCAR is heavily investing into low-carbon businesses. For your information, we have established SOCAR Green LLC, which will be closely working with international partners on low-carbon businesses. These are the directions that, in terms of decarbonization, SOCAR is mostly interested. You can see on the screen These are carbon capture utilization, storage technologies, energy efficiency, production of biogas. We have also introduced large-scale methane reduction program and offsetting program as well. Besides the fact that we have announced our vision at COP28, we have been one of the founding members of Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter, which aligns with our announced vision. As a member of Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter, we are committed to the objectives of this organization. And last month, we have been also elected as a members of Signatory Committee, where we are closely working with our partners in ensuring that the companies which have joined OGDC will achieve the announced objectives in a smoothly and robust manner. Moreover, we are also very much interested in expanding OGDC membership, and on 4th of June, we will be having Baku Energy Forum, and we have invited non-OGDC members to come and hear about this organization and its charter. Moreover, we are also working closely on improving our reporting systems. We're planning to join OGMP 2.0 and ensure that SOCAR's reporting system is totally meets the international standards, the industry standards, and we're working on that before we join it, we'll be on a high level in terms of reporting. Besides announcing our objectives, today SOCAR is closely working with international partners in implementing low-carbon projects. I want to give some information about these projects which might be interesting to you, just some of them. We are implementing a joint project with BP, Sunrise Project, which will produce 230 megawatt of solar energy in Jabrayil. This is around 500 kilometers away from capital city in liberated territories of Azerbaijan. And what's interesting about this project, the energy produced at Sunrise Project will be virtually transferred to Sangachal terminal, which is located on the shorelines of Caspian Sea. Moreover, we have large-scale renewable energy projects with Masdar. I would like to underline two of them. Mega project, which is solar and wind project, total of 2 gigawatts, and Hector project, which is integrated green hydrogen project powered by wind energy. This is also 2 gigawatt project. Additionally, we have cooperation agreement with Aquapower on producing of wind, solar energy, and green fertilizer. We are right now working with Aquapower on also implementing 500 megawatt project in Nakhchivan region, which is also located around 600-700 kilometers away from Baku in the western part of Azerbaijan. And moreover, we are also cooperating with our partners on measurement efforts. With Total Energies, we are implementing extensive methane measurement program in our offshore assets by using drones with the help of OSHA software. Moreover, we have cooperation agreement with ADNOC and Sirius on development of green hydrogen, carbon capture utilization technologies, and also investing into geothermal energy. Besides that, SOCAR is also a member of Methane Guiding Principles, and within this organization, we are implementing Advanced Global Methane Reduction Program together with BP. We are sharing our best practices, toolkits with local oil and gas companies, informing them about best practices on reducing of methane, and also working with international partners, bringing best practices to region. Moreover, we have conducted advanced leak detection and repair project within the UNFC Clean Development Mechanism, and and became a first country in the region to produce upstream emission reduction certificates, which were later successfully sold in a German market through the Deutsche Emissionshandelsstelle, which is a part of German Ministry of Environment. So SOCAR is very much involved in generating carbon credits, and the revenues that we acquire from this project, we reinvest into the reduction of methane and greenhouse gases. Besides, I want to just touch upon the projects that we have already implemented. We managed to install wind turbines in our Turkish operation in Izmir, which is powering our petrochemical assets. Moreover, we have solar panels in our gas filling stations across Georgia and Romania. And we were one of the first countries to launch hydrogen filling station in Switzerland. And also we're implementing a pilot project on establishing electrolysis plant in Switzerland. These are small projects, but we are now assessing possibility of expanding the scope of these projects. Moreover, we are also very much committed into ensuring that liberated territories of Azerbaijan, which are now Karabakh and East Zangezur economic regions, are meeting the requirements of being net zero. As you might know, there's a decision of government and presidential decree to ensure that these regions are net zero. And as SOCAR, we are also making our own contribution in creating necessary infrastructure in these territories. And definitely companies which are present here, they're more than welcome to participate in this process. This could be a very good opportunity to work in these regions and share your best practices, technologies with us. As you can see in the chart, SOCAR has already committed to produce 2.3 gigawatts of green energy. Definitely this number will rise. We are expecting to cover the lion's share of government's target of 10 gigawatt production of renewable energy sources. And in this regard, we are very closely working with international partners which have advanced know-how, technology, so that we can bring this technology to the region and create low-carbon businesses in Azerbaijan. With that, I want to thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure to be here, and I want to take this opportunity and thank Islamic Development Bank for organizing this amazing event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gurban Lee. والآن السيدات.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable attendees, it is our pleasure to invite the Minister of Finance from Mauritania, Mr. Albani. He is going to make an introduction for the Mauritanian portfolio.
In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, peace be upon you all. I have the honor and to communicate to you the interest of our country, Mauritania, with regard to the strategy of investments. This work is carried out by the government in order to promote investments and to enact laws for this purpose, and also as well as tax procedures in order to encourage and to attract investors. So Mauritania is working in different investment sectors in the respect of agriculture, minerals, infrastructure, and so you are all invited to invest in our country. So we have a very promising opportunities in our country. So still there are investment opportunities for all the investors. So you are kindly requested to invest in our country. Thank you for your kind attention.
Imagine a country that is located at the heart of the world, a bridge between Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. A country where investment opportunities are vast as its beautiful shores and diverse as its population. Mauritania. In this welcoming and well-secured country, hospitality is legendary, and investments opportunities are wide, protected, and incited, thanks to a favourable legal framework conducive to growth, and a young and competent workforce that supports your projects with expertise and dedication. In Mauritania, seize the facilities and advantages of regional and international trade agreements. Explore the endless opportunities in agriculture sector where you are offered an immense potential with over 513,000 hectares of fertile land spreading across various regions. With more than 30 million heads, breeding sector offers abundant products of milk, red meat and poultry. On the Atlantic Ocean, our fishing coasts offer an annual catch capacity of 1.8 million and more than 600 types of species. Spreading over 700,000 square kilometres sun and wind combine to offer more than 4,000 gigawatts of renewable energy, ready to accommodate the future plants of production. Beneath our feet, rich soil is home to 900 mineral resource indices, providing essential substances for modern industry. The subsoil is also full of resources, with 2 basins, onshore and offshore, offering a gas potential of 100 TCF. Looking to the future, millions of tonnes of green hydrogen will be exported each year, thanks to the renewable and water resources available to the country. Finally, tourism in Mauritania is a winning card, a destination rich in landscapes, culture and discoveries, ready to be explored. Ready to seize these opportunities? The Investment Promotion Agency of Mauritania is the single window for investment, dedicated to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to turn your vision into reality. Mauritania welcomes you with open arms.
ثانية. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I admire very much this beautiful country. I hope I will be there one day. Thank you very much. We stay in Mauritania. Now we have to invite
Agency of Mauritania. تحية لها.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, distinguished guests. It's my pleasure to be here today to do a quick presentation on why you should come and also invest in Mauritania. So we wanted to summarize it more on a video so that it is more appealing to you. So I will be very brief in my presentation as everything was showed earlier. So for those of you who've never been and never heard of, Mauritania is the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, located in northwest Africa, with the capital city of Nouakchott. We have a large country, but relatively small in population. So it's a country that has that is on an upward trending slope, if I may say, with those are the current economic insights of the country. We are currently undergoing a couple of reforms in order, first of all, to stabilize the macroeconomic indicators of the country. For us, it was an important element to start on in order to have a more favorable business environment. So the message that I will be passing along this morning is really summarized by 3 or 4 more important points. It's a message of openness. Mauritania is open for business. The president has made support for the private sector one of his main priorities, which is clearly expressed in his commitments. and also the promotion of even better and better exploited productive sectors. As you've seen in the presentation, we put, before talking about the investment framework, Mauritania is well located. We like to think of it as not necessarily the center of the world, but at a crossroad. So it's a gateway to major markets. I mentioned earlier that it's a relatively small country when it comes to the population, but very open to all the main markets, notably the ZLECAf. We recently rejoined the AGOA with the United States, but also with the Arab region. This year, particularly, we made it a priority to develop further the Africa and also the Arab country relationship. As you know, Mauritania is currently chairing the African Union, so the implementation of the ZLECAf is also one of our main priorities to make easier the doing business frameworks in the region. So the promising sectors were presented earlier. As many African countries and also around the world, our GDP has been focused for the past decades mainly on extractive industries, but we're on a clear diversification path. So in the commitments and also our strategies is the diversification of the economy, like it was presented earlier in Azerbaijan, is the same in Mauritania and other African countries. So we have many promising sectors. Firstly, agriculture. It's still, I would say, an untapped opportunity because even if our country is a relatively arid and dry country, there are many opportunities and mostly for local transformation as well. Same for livestock and fisheries. As you can see, millions of heads and untapped potential for dairy production, red meat production, poultry, hides and tanning, but also all the value chain services surrounding it. When it comes to fisheries, we have a coast of more than 700 kilometers, and for the past years, our fishing sector was mainly focused on fishing and exporting. So we're now more focused on local transformation. So the investment agreements that were signed, that are being negotiated right now, are mainly focused on that. Local transformation and more value creation on the ground. Okay, so mining, definitely one of our key sectors that is the largest contributor to the GDP, but also in terms of export. But I would like to say for extractive industries in general, there is a clear strategy for a green transition. We have an aim to bring the energy mix by 2030, 2040 to 60%. Earlier in the video, you saw the green hydrogen potential. SNIM, which is our national iron ore company, is the second largest in Africa, and currently the exports are mainly raw iron, and with the potential of green hydrogen, we are also discussing agreements for green steel in order to gain more value on the ground and hopefully export semi-finished products. Same for the oil and gas. I'm sure you heard of the GDA project, which is a joint project between Mauritania and Senegal, which is set to start producing this year. So inshallah, by end of the year, next year, Mauritania will be a gas producer and exporter. So obviously this opens many investment opportunities along the value chain. And it's definitely set to transform the Mauritanian economy and open more business opportunities. That being said, we are clearly focused on our green transition, which is very, very much anchored in our strategy. So that's why we also want to seize the opportunities on the renewable energy sector with this potential that was present in green hydrogen, but also solar and wind. For now, the green hydrogen sector is a quite unknown and very long-term sector, but it needs preparation, so we're currently doing that. Notably, for example, we have a pipe of PPP projects for infrastructure development, deep water port, etc., that are in the pipeline in order mainly to prepare for that sector. So earlier, tourism, beautiful landscapes, but sadly untapped potential. So we're definitely inviting investors to come and discuss to see how we can work together to make it a more profitable sector for the Mauritanians, but also for international tourists. Earlier we mentioned the legal framework. One of the main elements that we really started doing was that, to making sure that there is a business conducive environment and that investors are protected, the rights incentives are in place, and also that the whole mechanism from A to Z, the investors is taken care of. The agency that I lead is in charge of that. But the Ministry of Economy as well has a set of departments that are in charge of that. So we want to reassure you of that stability in terms of institutional framework, but as a country in general. We know that it's one of the most important elements when it comes to investment. Alhamdulillah, Mauritania is endowed with stability and peace, and we definitely do not take it for granted. And in terms of also this institutional framework, the President has made it clear, as I said earlier, that it was one of the objectives. So just to conclude, I want to say marhaba. We're definitely looking forward to welcoming you all, and thank you once again for the to the Islamic Development Bank for this opportunity. Shukran.
شكرا لمسلم على هذا البرزنتيشن الرائع.
Thank you for this excellent presentation. All the countries, Abidjan and Mauritania, are sharing with us these very interesting investment opportunities. We are going to have a very short break and we'll resume later.
A green hydrogen financing, challenges and opportunities. So we will see you shortly at 12:30.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh, the pulsating capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the cradle of civilization, where dreams soar higher than the desert dunes, a beacon of hope rises. For 5 decades, the ISDB has been a catalyst for change, empowering nations and transforming lives. As we celebrate half a century of resilience, determination, and progress, join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development. From 27th to 30th of April 2024, Riyadh will be the epicenter of global dialogue and collaboration. Join us as we continue this collective journey of collaboration, inspiration, and transformation. 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of impact, innovation, and partnership. Cherishing our past, charting our future.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh, the pulsating capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the cradle of civilization, where dreams soar higher than the desert dunes, a beacon of hope rises. For 5 decades, the ISDB has been a catalyst for change, empowering nations and transforming lives. As we celebrate half a century of resilience, determination, and progress, join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development. From 27th to 30th of April 2024, Riyadh will be the epicenter of global dialogue and collaboration. Join us as we continue this collective journey of collaboration, inspiration, and transformation. 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of impact, innovation, and partnership. Cherishing our past, charting progress. Join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development.